Grotesque old man plus Call of Duty Grotesque old man plus Call of Duty beanie. That means it's grind my gear time, and we're gonna grind it together today right here on GearGasms. Hi everybody, welcome to GearGasms. I'm your host Alan Barnes. It's Grind My Gear episode 5 already. What's grind my gear? That's a great question, and I'm going to answer it in just a second. But first, I'd like to ask you to like and subscribe. This channel, it's kind of like a 2 a.m. Uber ride. It'll go a lot faster if you don't make eye contact, if you keep your ear pods in, and pretend to be FaceTiming your imaginary boyfriend. Celebrate mediocrity. So Grind My Gear is a series where you send me your potato can pics of your ratchet gear, and I try to make as much fun of it and crack on it and bust on it and grind on it as much as I possibly can. The email address is in the description for this video, and I gotta ask you, try to get all your gear in one picture if you can. Help a brother out.
Come on!
And then once you send me those photographs for absolutely free, I collect them, I find a way to monetize them and get filthy rich. Let's get right into it. First up on Grind My Gear, what's we got? Dude has a very, very, very neat room. I like the way he's hung it up there. It's almost Etsy worthy. I would pin that.
Hello?
First off, we got a Martin. Oh my God, that is ugly. Martins can be so ugly. They can also be so beautiful. The shape of this one is not my jam at all. And those headstocks, they're just so plain, but oh my gosh, you don't buy a Martin for the looks, you buy it for the sound. Little Ibanez there, that is probably an RG45 RWFR BK 17CJ. I'm pretty close. That's one of my favorite Ibanez models. Moving right along, the Jackson Dinky. Is it 24 fret? Yes, it is. Oh, chlorine burst. I wanted one of those so bad at one point. I was on a whole chlorine burst kick. We have another gorgeous Epiphone Les Paul. It almost looks like a satin finish. It's one of the new headstock shapes though, so you know it's good. And then is this one of these parallel universe Strat offset hybrid things? Boss Katana 50, just like what I got. Then he has a pedal board, which looks like it has a little Boss controller on it. Wah pedal off to the side. I don't blame him for that. They are a pain in the ass on a pedal board. Looks like it's got an Exotic drive, or EP drive by Exotic. Some kind of steel box here that looks really intimidating. That's a lot of box.
That's what she said.
He's got a serious printer in here too, so I'm not sure what kind of room it is. Tasteful wainscoting or wainscoting, depending on how you like to say it. I got nothing to bust on at all with this rig, and it's so frustrating. 3 songs I would grind on this gear would be Way Cool Jr. by Rat, Show Me the Way by Peter Frampton, and TikTok by Kesha. All right, now this is a special viewer of the channel. He is also a fellow content creator, guitars and drones. Now, I don't ordinarily mention names when I'm doing these, and truly, I don't really want to know the names. Got a Firefly guitar in the first picture, but can't see much of it though, bro. The gear's kind of cool, but oh, these pics. Got a Vox, looks like they tried to modernize it with a little bit of a metal grate. Still ugly, sorry bro. Oh cool, has he got one of those newer multi-effects? I know those things are cool. Is that a Bugera something something? Unknown pedal, the most guy. I say unknown, there's the logo right there, dipshit. Can't tell what the amp is underneath it, but it looks really cool. I love me some chicken head. Yeah, he sent me like 5 pictures. I'm gonna try and go through them quick. Overkill, bro. A lot of stuff, but I just can't see what it is. He has a Marshall. He has a Marshall head butt.
Busted.
In this picture, we have another Vox, more of a classic traditional. I don't know how you play it with all that garbage on top of it, but chances are you probably don't play it anyway. It's there for looks. Looks like he's working on his guitars a little bit here. He's got some files, but these 2 pedals together, if those were feet, doesn't the one right here on the right, doesn't that look like one of those kids in school that had like one leg shorter than the other and had to get one of those specially built up shoes? You know we're gonna pick that kid first for basketball because we were nice. No. Look, this dude is not only a YouTube creator, he's totally dialed in with the YouTube vibe. Why do I say that? Because the first pick had a Firefly, a brand I had never even heard of till like 6 months ago. And then of course the Chapman. Work on your nails there, Bubba, the little funky. He's got a Strat. Oh, a beautiful single cut PRS SE. Now, the decor. Dude does drones, so I'll forgive him for having a lot of wires and junk. But what is on this wall? Is this some sort of a guitar chart? Why is it so big? And why is it all over your walls? This is either like some sort of a guitar neck chart for scales, or he's plotting the points where he's going to put the explosives in the Freedom Tower. You pick. 3 songs I would grind on this gear would be My Own Prison by Creed, Lay Down Sally by Eric Clapton, and Say My Name by Destiny's Child. Now this guy's gear is the exact opposite of the last submission. One simple picture to take a simple picture of his simple gear. Now if you know anything about this old channel, you know I hate headless guitars. I'm not even really into that Kiesel, but I have to say that is one of the better looking, or let me rephrase, one of the least offensive headless guitars I have ever seen. I love the top, the body shape is great. The wood on the neck is gorgeous. I even like the K on the 12th fret marker. It is just such a sweet and pretty guitar, and I bet it plays amazingly, but it's headless. God darn it, it's headless. The Fractal FM3 on the floor. You can say what you want, all you gear people that have a ton of stuff. This guy has a ton of stuff. It's just all crammed into one guitar and one unit. Can't hate on that. 3 songs I would grind on this gear would be Fashion by David Bowie, Over My Head by Fleetwood Mac, and Africa by Toto. And speaking of people who sent me way too many pictures, you might remember this guy from episode 4, the last one. Goodness gracious, he had so much stuff. It's like, dude, I can't put that all in one episode. So now we're getting into part 2. Some cool pedals there. I mean, Carbon Copy, MXR, that's a classic. Roland Tuner, Blues Driver, Hall of Fame reverb, some serious headphones he does not play. The Airstep the Airstep Spark. My boy Elroy, obviously a friend of the channel. A couple of Wampler pedals over there, the Plexi drives. He also has the Ego compressor, which to me is the best compressor on the planet. I'll fight you over that. This guy is let's just call him YouTuber friendly. This is my kind of dude. He has a cock blocker noise gate from Glenn Fricker. And then I noticed over here, Poontang Boomerang, which is I think it's an analog delay, Steel Panther, and then the Pussy Melter. And I'm not blurring that because it's a cat. You dirty-minded people. So this guy is my kind of guy. I can hang out with this dude. This dude is a ton of fun. Angry Driver, which is the Boss mashup with JHS, and then of course the JHS Angry Charlie right next to it. Dude has a sweet setup. 3 songs I would grind on this gear would be the Beatles, Baby You're a Rich Man, The Shocker by Steel Panther, and Sexy Back by Justin Timberlake. Now this next person has the ultimate setup. This, I don't know if it's an apartment or a house, but at first glance, when I look at everything here, I'm like, okay, this dude is probably close to my age. Why do I say that? He's got vinyl. He has, it looks like some old analog circuitry there, some old school speakers, a turntable. He's into the Beatles. But you know what? I don't think this person's my age at all. I think this person's probably in their late 20s, early 30s, and a hipster. He's just trying to be retro cool. And what, he got a box of blank jewel cases down there? Maybe not. Maybe he is my age. But yeah, dude's got some vinyl. I don't know what it is with people. This is second picture this week with printers in your music room. I don't know what's up with that, in case you need to print out some tabs or something. Who knows? Let's hit the guitars first. All your heads are cut off in the shot, so I'm just gonna guess. It's got some kind of a very rustic looking, I don't know if it's a homemade telly or a custom or who. This is a Les Paul. I'm going to guess it is an Epiphone just because the flame is almost too perfect and it looks like one that I have. We of course have the Jazz Master. What a gorgeous thing. Even though it's blocking, oh, it's blocking Ringo. Points for blocking Ringo. If you gotta block a Beatle, block Ringo. We have another one of these, was these Parallel Universe, or is this a modified Strat that you just put a P90 and then something else odd into it? And then of course, it looks like another P90 SG. Dude likes him some P90s. Let's look at them amps. Oh, he's got a Beatle bass over there. Points for the Beatle bass. And I'm gonna immediately subtract those Beatle bass points for having that little mini Vox there. I can't abide it. And this Fender, is that a little bassman? What are those, 8s? Like a 4-8? 8-inch speakers in that? That almost looks like. And then some unknown wooden speaker box. The Berber carpet is on point. Looks like maybe it needs a vacuuming. 3 songs I would grind on this gear would be She's So Heavy by the Beatles, duh. Watching the Detectives, Elvis Costello, duh. And Complicated by Avril Lavigne. Alrighty, last one. My first impression when I look in this picture is fuck. Points for the dog. Points immediately removed for the dog for the Satan eyes. I'm not sure what's going on there with your potato cam there, but I think that your critter is the spawn of Beelzebub himself. Oh my God, this is a ratty looking place. What should I bust on first? We'll come back to the place. Let's hit the gear. No, let's do the place first. The place deserves to be pounded first, because this is just disgusting, son. I don't even know where to start.
This is disgusting.
What is it? You just got junk everywhere. You got cables, a bunch of mess. This camera, I don't know what you shot this on. Was this like one of those little Olympus digital cameras from like 2002? I guess you're in some kind of an apartment. I see a radiator there. And then some nasty old blankets and pillows and stuff over there, and more cables going over that way. The floor is all busted up. I hope this is a rental. Hope this ain't your place. You got some kind of a strange clear stool. I don't really know what that's about, but it almost makes me afraid to sit on it. My sphincter tightens up when I see that stool. I'm afraid something's gonna poke through it and just jam right up in there. You have your fantasies, I have mine. This camera is so awful, I can't tell what the brand of anything is. Let me guess by the shape. This one in the front is obviously an Ibanez. Can we tell much about it? No, we can't. Looks like it might be a 24 fret. That's about it. And there's some kind of hideous thing in the back with yet another ugly. Look at that headstock. He's got a little Marshall in the back. That is cool. What's with the Palmer things? I have never ever heard of that brand. Is that something cool? Is that something we should know about? They just look like they might just be speakers. I don't think there's an amp in there. And then he has like an old school rack mounted, looks like a Marshall power amp. So I guess that he's just running the guitars into the multi-effects. Lord only knows what he's doing in this apartment besides being late on a rent. 3 songs I would grind on this gear would be Jane Says by Jane's Addiction, Working for the Weekend by Loverboy, and Living in a Box by Living in a Box. What did we learn today? We learned that in the year of our Lord 2022, for some reason, some of y'all just cannot get your camera act together. And we also learned that it's not just the quality of the camera that matters. Some of y'all could not take a coherent picture of your gear to save your life. And finally, we learned also in the year of our Lord 2022 that I finally saw a photograph of a headless guitar that did not make me nauseous or angry.
Nice.
As always, I thank you for the time that you spend with the channel. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I need you people. I need you people. I need you people to help a brother out. You know you got some slow friends. You know you got some friends with some really low standards. People ain't got nothing to do that would love this channel. Please send them along. You see, I wrote a song about merch. I know that you can't wear it to church, but it's priced reasonably well. So buy one and what the hell. Whatever you do in the next 7 days, don't tell Jerry Cantrell about it, because he's just gonna come over and lay the drop D down on your old lady. And you know what happens when Jerry Cantrell lays down the drop D on your old lady? She ends up with a sharp C.
Oh yeah.
Play more guitar, watch less of this, and keep coming back here week after week for more GearGasms.